It's just another thirsty Thursday. But only one more day till Friday. And that's only one day from Saturday. And Saturday is better than Sunday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. Thursday. Whoa, Thursday is the day that we take for granted. Because we know our Friday plans could be slanted. But today's only 2 days from the weekend. And only 36 hours from hanging with our friends. Something tells me this day will go fine. And for dinner I think I'll have a glass of wine. Cause it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. Thursday, over the hump day. Thursday, the end is inside day. Thursday, it could be worse day. Oh, it's Thursday. That Randy Hughes and Joe Achiever is brewing some more beer at the brewery for the weekend today. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday.
It is, in fact, Thursday.
And a gorgeous one at that.
Right around 80 degrees today and tomorrow before creeping up towards the 90s on Saturday and Sunday.
Do be aware there's some foggy, misty stuff on the top of the hills and in the valleys and all of that stuff. So you might run into that this morning.
Yeah, looking at somewhere around 91 on Sunday and into the mid 90s on Monday. So going to get much hotter after today and tomorrow. Yay!
Isn't Thursday named after Thor? I think it's because Norse god of thunder. Back to the trailer from earlier this week.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not really all about Thor.
No.
Well, look, he's obviously playing a pivotal role.
Yes.
In bringing the teams together.
Yes.
It seems like in this movie, the Doomsday movie, he'll be the glue. Getting the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, the new Avengers, everybody sort of working as one to fight Dr. Doom.
Sort of the captain.
Nah, there's only one captain, and his name is Steve Rogers. And when he gets the hammer, it's I can't stop thinking about it. It's so awesome.
The reuniting of the two, kind of.
And it feels so good. And it feels so good.
There you go. Well, Thor's Day. Get up, get at it.
Yeah. Look, if your mind is confused by all of the worlds and universes and multiverse and all that stuff,
how can you not be?
Just maybe put that on the back.
It's a scramble.
Put it on the back burner. That's all I'm saying. Because I watch those nerdy videos and I'm trying to figure it all out. And,
nah.
Yeah. It'll be good to see a proper Avengers film again. It's been a while. We've got a lot to get to this morning. It's Hypothetical Thursday. We're going to ask each other hypothetical questions just after 7 a.m. Office Cora, who was hanging out in the booth at Rockfest for a while.
You spent some quality time together last week.
I would say that. We will talk to her just after 8 a.m. Of course, Bad News, Happy Music later on as well. And, of course, if you want to be a part of the program, visit our website for all our contact info. rockmornings.com. While you're there, you can sign up to win the Ultimate Oktoberfest VIP package. We've got tickets on there to sign up for as well. Go to rockmornings.com. You can hear my interviews from Rockfest that I conducted last weekend. You can hear the daily podcast. All sorts of stuff right there on the website. rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
I'm assuming when your kids were really young, fruit puree pouches were very popular.
Oh, they still. Well, it depends on what you're talking about, but they still kind of are. The traveling blend of fruit and vegetables.
Fruit puree pouches. Boy, that's kind of actually difficult to say. Fruit, because I want to say food. I don't know why. These pouches were sold nationwide at Kroger stores, Meijer, and Target stores. They're being recalled due to defective pouches that could lead to plastic being introduced in the finished puree. PT Organics announcing that it had recalled Pumpkin Tree, Peter Rabbit Organics, banana, and strawberry 4-ounce pouches after their supplier recalled the defective pouches the week before. PT Organics inspections of the finished product made with the recalled packaging confirmed the presence of a strand of a soft food-grade plastic attached to the inside of a small number of the pouches. So if you've got any of these PT Organics, Pumpkin Tree, Peter Rabbit Organics, banana, and strawberry 4-ounce pouches, you may want to check
into that
those
a little bit more.
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard the story about Nolan Wells.
Oh, yes.
It's all over the place.
Yes.
Attorney Ben Crump revealing the results of an independent autopsy into Nolan Wells' death. He says that they're inconclusive, as a former medical examiner said the findings aren't consistent with a cover-up or any wrongdoing. So immediately that's what people thought, right? This guy goes out with his bros and then doesn't come back, and they're white and he's black.
And inconclusive.
Right. Well, this attorney said that the independent autopsy, the results aren't consistent with a cover-up or any type of wrongdoing. Crump announced the independent autopsy's results yesterday at the NAACP National Convention in Chicago, saying that an area of red discoloration was found on his head. He said that Dr. Roger Mitchell, who performed the autopsy, couldn't come to the conclusion to a conclusion pending further investigation. The official autopsy hasn't yet been completed. Obviously, a lot of questions here as they continue to investigate the death of Nolan Wells. They're reaching for straws, is what one person said with the independent autopsy report, adding that the findings are consistent with accounts from local law enforcement that his death was accidental and no foul play was involved. Initially disappearing on 4th of July, went with some friends on a boat trip to Horn Island, Barrier Island off Mississippi's Gulf Coast. Officials and search crews looking for 2 days before a National Park Service ranger located his body while on the island's northwest tip. Officials haven't released a cause of death yet and continue to investigate, but they already conducted a independent autopsy and say that there's apparently no results pointing towards any wrongdoing or a cover-up. Sanitation worker in Milwaukee. Did you see this? An air canister got disposed of improperly, and then the back of the garbage truck blew up, and this guy got injured. Yeah, it's crazy. This was last week after an explosion in the garbage truck caused an improperly disposed of oxygen tank to explode. It occurred just as the truck compacted the trash, sending one worker to the ground with an eye injury and a concussion. The Department of Public Works Sanitation Services Manager Rick Myers said, quote, as the crews started to move the packing blade, the pressure caused an explosion, and we came to find out there was 2 oxygen tanks that exploded. There were an additional 2 that were recovered from the hopper as well.
They can dispose of those like that.
Yeah, and as a person who did garbage for a couple of years, many years ago, that was always a concern, right? You would put the garbage barrel on the back of the truck, and then you'd use the hydraulic lift to to dump the contents out into the hopper, and then you would use the hopper to obviously compact the trash. And a lot of times, there was guys who were on the route for a long time, and they would always tell you at certain spots, these people like to throw away paint cans, or these people, there was a teen home, right, a runaway teen home that we picked up the trash for, and they didn't let these kids out very often, so they were peeing in Mountain Dew bottles, and then they were throwing them in the trash, and they said that those will explode, and then all the liquid will shoot out the side, so you want to make sure you stand clear. But
this guy's lucky he wasn't more injured than he was. I mean, he's...
One of the pieces of shrapnel lodged in his eye. They were able to remove that. Very fortunate that he was wearing his safety glasses.
Yep, saw that.
And again, crazy video, too, of that thing exploding in Milwaukee. William Shatner, did you see this?
Him and his daughter, is that correct?
So we know about Shatner, right? He's going to be at Riot Fest in Chicago. He's got a crazy rider with all the different requests.
He's in his 90s, and he's playing as a kind of a novelty act, if you will.
Yeah, and I think people are excited about that. But Shatner and his daughter Melanie, cancer-free since late 2024. They both fought stage 4 cancer at the time. Melanie was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer in July of 2022, and 11 months later, in June of 2023, William Shatner diagnosed with stage 4 malignant melanoma on his cheek that spread to his lungs and his brain. Now this guy's recording metal albums and showing up at Riot Fest.
He's living life to the fullest and putting it all in forward gear. And this was kind of stuff that was sort of private, and they didn't really talk about. And now they're letting people know what they were dealing with. And
Yeah, they
where they're at.
Sat down for an interview with People magazine. She said, I remember vividly thinking I don't have the strength to take care of myself and lose my father at the same time. He didn't want her to worry about finances, so he had to pay her medical bills for her. She's obviously doing her own thing. She's living her own life. But he said, look, I've got the means, and I don't want you to worry about paying your bills. But apparently her treatment went longer than they expected. And he said, quote, you got to get well. We're going to be in the poorhouse. Shatner and Melanie launching a new weekly podcast as well next week called No Time But Now. They'll be interviewing health experts and other cancer survivors. But William Shatner talking about his battle with cancer, his daughter Melanie as well. Did you see the video of the leopard?
I did not.
A leopard, like a real live leopard in India, went into a convenience store and started attacking this guy who was working behind the counter. And there's CCTV video of it. It's crazy.
Like a leopard.
Yeah, a leopard attacking a shopkeeper and a bystander at a liquor store. The security footage showing the cat jumping over the counter, lunging at a 25-year-old named Sanjay, who managed to push the cat away from him. The leopard had previously attacked a 40-year-old customer before entering the store and knocking over a bunch of bottles. The two men sustained injuries and are recovering in a hospital. A specialist animal unit retrieved the male leopard, which will
rabbit or something, or what is the heck?
Well, they're going to give it medical checks before releasing it back into the wild to make sure it's not rabid. Well, look, it's a leopard. It was probably in unfamiliar territory and just said, "I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out," and just started attacking people.
It definitely lunged. It lunged.
I saw the video and I'm like, "Gah!" The guy's behind it, yeah, and the thing,
sharp
and the claws and the teeth.
Yeah,
no thanks. And 74 years after it went down, did you see this video?
Mm-mm.
They discovered the wreckage of a Pan Am flight.
Stop! Oh my God! Is that a plane?
It's got to be.
That could be an engine.
That could be an engine. That looks like a wing.
And the nose looks
And
the
that
shape
looks
of the
like a
nose.
fuselage. Oh, God. That's a plane. Whoa. That's a plane. Look at that. That's a plane.
74 years after a Pan Am flight crashed into the water off Puerto Rico, killing 52 people, an aviation search team has now found the wreckage sitting on the ocean floor. The Air Sea Heritage Foundation, in partnership with others, including the Discovery Channel's Expedition Unknown, last month found the wreckage of the Pan Am Clipper Endeavor at the bottom of the Atlantic off Puerto Rico's northern coast. Involved an autonomous underwater drone, decades of mystery ending about precisely where the Douglas DC-4 aircraft went down when it crashed into the ocean shortly after it took off, killing 52 passengers, 64, it had 64 passengers, 5 crew members, but 52 people died. Although all the passengers survived the initial impact, only 17 people would be rescued. The rest would be lost with the plane and then, drowning and all that stuff. But now they found this, and obviously they're going to try to get down there and start doing more investigation and research on this plane. Pan Am flight 74 years ago going down, and now they finally discovered it.
Oh, wow.
And, of course, the big story out of Wisconsin yesterday was the deadly shooting in Madison. Police officers struggling, 4 of them actually, struggling with a man who apparently was checking vehicle doors and then ran off or biked off, if you will, and then apparently pulled a knife on these cops, and then one of the officers pulled his gun and shot this guy to death. And shortly afterwards, it was, my wife came home from work, and I don't think she had seen the news. And I said, well, there's going to be some protests in Madison tonight, and there certainly was. They canceled the concerts on the Capitol. Apparently, they're supposed to have concerts there, and there was a big march that sort of interrupted that, and so they called that off. And obviously, they're continuing to investigate that situation. But police,
this was 1:00 in the afternoon. I mean, right? It was daytime. It was the middle of the day. He was checking
broad daylight, middle of the street, and 4 officers unable to corral this person, and instead shot him to death. Police officers responding to the Marquette neighborhood at about 1 in the afternoon reported somebody checking parked cars. The person fled on a bike, but officers re-encountered him about a half hour later. He either fell or was taken off the bicycle by officers. Of course, there is camera footage, video footage of all this stuff. And during the struggle, the man allegedly pulled out a knife or produced a knife, and an officer was injured by the knife while attempting to arrest this person. The police department did include a photo of the knife on the ground in their news release about the encounter. Stun gun was used during the struggle, not effective. The officer who was injured by the knife was the officer who did fire his gun and that person is now dead. They did identify him, and obviously the investigation is continuing. They got that whole area roped off. They've closed some of the streets over there as well, so expect more protests in Madison over the next couple of days as this continues to be investigated.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like, I believe there was 3 shots to the head is what the report I saw. More to come out of that story, obviously.
A band that's going to go on tour with Breaking Benjamin this fall, along with Starset and Cami Kehoe, who was at Rockfest last weekend at Chevelle.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
To his feet, get the first in time. Joey Ortiz with a defensive gem. Have a game, Joey O. The Brewers win 4-3.
Brew Crew over the Mets yesterday, 4-3 in the rubber match of that series. They take 2 out of 3 from the Mets, and they're continuing to roll. Get an off day today, and then they're at home against the Rockies tomorrow. 3:10 first pitch tomorrow for the first of 3 against Colorado. Elsewhere in the world of baseball, my Red Sox finally lost.
And 2 down in the 9th for the Red Sox. Here comes Duran. Time. And a little flare on the infield. That'll be caught by Holiday. That's the ball game. The Red Sox lose for the first time since the 1st of July. The 15-game winning streak has come to an end here tonight. Baltimore wins this one 5-1. The Red Sox wind up splitting the doubleheader.
All these fans are clapping as the Red Sox come off the field.
And they should.
Yeah, the Red Sox franchise tying 15-game winning streak came to an end last night in the second game of a doubleheader against the Orioles. They got rained out on Tuesday. They won the afternoon game, but then they lost 5-1 last night. Boston's first loss since they fell to the Nationals at Fenway Park on July 1st. Completely turning around the season, Gene.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm remembering you at the beginning of the year saying it was garbage.
Oh, they stink.
And there was no point in watching them. And now you're talking about a hot streak that lasted almost an entire month.
Yeah, they're now over 500 and they're back in the wild card chase. It was going to come to an end at some point, but hey, 15 games is nice. Packers opening their training camp on Wednesday of next week. Obviously, we'll discuss that with Grant Bills next Tuesday when we talk to him. I love that he didn't even know what day it was when we talked to him this week.
Is he going to camp?
I don't know. He may be living day by day right now. He does live in Madison, and I'm sure there's a lot going on this week. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark picked up her 7th technical foul during last night's 123-88 home win over the Connecticut Sun, putting her 1 tech away from an automatic 1-game suspension. Her 7 technical fouls tied for the most in the WNBA with Angel Reese. She's also got 15 in her career. So Caitlin Clark getting all sorts of texts. This one was for she was sort of mocking the other team with a scoreboard and sort of one of those kind of things. But she's got 7 now. If she gets 1 more this season, which she probably will, she'll get a 1-game suspension. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, she's on the cover of the NBA 2K. So is Victor Wembanyama. Spurs big man Victor Wembanyama and WNBA's star Caitlin Clark gracing the covers of the NBA 2K27 Standard and Deluxe editions. Former Bulls star Derrick Rose will be featured on the game's Ultra edition. All 3 will launch on September 4th. So congratulations to Caitlin Clark, Wemby, and Derrick Rose. The Angels firing pro scout Justin Boomer Prinstein after he was caught filming Rockies coaches while he was working in the stands.
Screw you! You're fired!
So he's a recruitment guy watching the team, and he's filming what the coaches are like hand signals and stuff to try to get a
that's kind of the deal.
Pumpkin eater?
Yeah, Bill Belichick in it. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, he sure was.
Spygate. Prinstein, referring to himself as the quote-unquote baseball spy, was fired by the Angels immediately after Major League Baseball informed the team of his alleged actions. He was spotted filming the Rockies coaches with his phone while on an advanced scouting trip in Colorado before the Angels played the Rockies in early June. While scout filming is acceptable under Major League Baseball rules, using technology to steal opponent signs is frowned upon by the league, which is probably what he was looking to do. But now he's been let go. He got fired.
Doesn't sound like he's trying to hide it. He calls himself the spy guy.
The baseball spy
guy.
Yeah. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm a baseball spy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you have to go on many layers of the onion to find out what's really going on there.
6 layers of Kevin Bacon, right? 6 degrees of separation. We've got a lot to get to. Again, our hypothetical questions after 7, Office Cora after 8. Bad news, happy music. Nice weather. Going to heat up this weekend, though, so be prepared for that. Going to be another hot one, 90s on Saturday and into the mid-90s by Sunday. Oof.
Sounds like it, but remember there's some fog for sure that is in some areas this morning that may slow you down, and be careful.
We'll get to some Ashes to New in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Tell me what you remember.
A wife? A son.
And then what?
We won the war.
The Odyssey. Help Me Go Home, right? People loving it. Box office hit. Currently has a 97% of audience approval rating at Rotten Tomatoes. But that's not 100%. And one of the 3% of people that doesn't like it is Elon Musk.
I saw. He's going to make another one?
Apparently. He said, quote, before this year ends, Grok Imagine. So Grok is his AI technology, whatever the hell you want to call it. Will apparently make a full-length movie of the Odyssey that is historically accurate and true to the art of Homer. If that were to fail, he also agreed with a fan's suggestion to give Mel Gibson some money, $100 million, to make a more accurate adaptation of the story. Director Christopher Nolan, comparing the use of AI to a Trojan horse, he said, I think AI is a Trojan horse that everybody knows the Greeks are inside. It's a transparent horse. It's made of glass. Everyone can see what's going on inside of there. It's actually pretty encouraging to see young people in particular being so suspicious of it. But yeah, apparently Elon Musk doesn't think that the Odyssey, the Christopher Nolan version that's in theaters right now, is up to snuff. And so he's going to use his Grok AI to make a new one.
Okay.
And if that don't work, then here comes Mel Gibson to save the day. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
All right.
Whatever, man. People can do whatever they. The guy's a freaking trillionaire. I mean, if he wants to make movies, he can make movies.
Free country. Make the movie if you want.
Another movie that is going to be getting made at some point is Days of Thunder 2.
And Robin's son is racing.
Robin's son is racing. So Tom Cruise, a million years ago, made a movie about NASCAR racing called Days of Thunder. It had Robert Duvall. It had Randy Quaid. It had Carrie Elways.
Randy Quaid, that'd be fun.
Crazy.
Bring him back?
Bring him back all these years later? Yeah, we'll see what happens. But Days of Thunder 2, why not? We're making all these Tom Cruise sequels a million years after the first one came out.
Everything.
Paramount now finally putting the pedal to the floor on a sequel to Days of Thunder, giving the keys of the project to Jonathan Levine, who will be the director of the Tom Cruise movie. Cruise on board to star in the follow-up to his 1990 racing drama, producing with Jerry Bruckheimer. We'll see what happens. That was also, I think, the first movie that him and Nicole Kidman were in together before they got married.
Short marriage.
Yeah. Well, sure, I see what you did there.
See.
So Days of Thunder 2, Electric Boogaloo, apparently is coming out at some point in the near future. On television today / tonight, you've got the series premiere of Stewart Fails to Save the Universe. This is at 8 o'clock tonight on HBO Max. Kevin Sussman returns as Stewart from The Big Bang Theory. This is a spinoff of The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, another one. This time around, Stewart travels the multiverse. Jesus Christ. Everybody's in the friggin' multiverse. We hate reality so much that we got to come up with things that don't exist. He's traveling the multiverse looking for a way to stop the apocalypse after an alternate version of himself sets him on the path.
He said that I'm the chosen one who'll set things right. But do we believe that guy?
That guy was you.
There's this machine. You can put everything right and make it the way it was.
Stuart?
Denise? What have you been up to?
Robbing mostly. I'm still working on my screenplay.
An alternate version of me came from another universe and explained how I can undo the apocalypse.
Maybe we have a chance to fix the world.
Stewart Fails to Save the Universe, premiering tonight on HBO Max. You really got to like Big Bang Theory.
You really do. You do.
Go down these wormholes.
It's in the multiverse. So a hypothetical set of all universes.
I watched the trailer, and it's kind of funny because at one point he wakes up like in The Matrix where Keanu Reeves wakes up in the goo with the thing in the back of the head. And so he's going into these film and
other films and other movies and famous sets of those.
Yes.
So not just in the multiverse, but in
not just in his own Big Bang Theory multiverse, but into like other. So I don't know.
That's clever, you think?
It gives you something else to
look for.
Yeah. Also on television tonight on ABC, a new episode of Celebrity Family Feud starts at 7 p.m. You've got Team USA women's hockey, who won the gold at the Olympics.
Sure, yeah.
Taking on the other gold medal winning team from the Winter Olympics, the men's hockey. You've also got the NBA Rookie of the Year Cooper Flagg taking on El Presidente Dave Portnoy. That's on Celebrity Family Feud tonight on ABC. Followed by a new episode of Press Your Luck on ABC that starts at 8 o'clock p.m. No whammies, stop.
Come on, no whammies, stop.
Oh, man, you did get a whammy, unfortunately. Press Your Luck, new episode of that tonight at 8 p.m. on ABC. 13th season premiere of Impractical Jokers is on TBS tonight at 9 p.m., and the 4th season premiere of Star Trek Strange New Worlds is on Paramount Plus today.
I have many things I want to talk about. Hopes. Dreams. Fears. I believe you are here so I can share them with you.
You, more than anyone that I know, have thought about the past and the future a great deal.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 4 premiering today on Paramount Plus. Late night shows are new. You got Christopher Nolan talking about The Odyssey on with Jimmy Fallon. Also, Cody Rhodes going to be on with Jimmy Fallon, probably talking about SummerSlam, which is coming up next weekend in the cities.
Monday,
Tom Brady, Logan Paul.
Is that really next week
idea.
in the cities? You need to go up there. Maybe road trip.
No, I'm good. Jimmy Kimmel is new, but he's not hosting his show this week. Guest host is Coleman Domingo. Niecy Nash Betts will be on, so will Carrie Kenny Silver. And R&B singer Duran Bernard will be on with Coleman Domingo hosting Kimmel's show. Seth Meyers new tonight with James Norton and Rosie O'Donnell, who apparently got her face done. See that?
I saw some interviews with her. It didn't look like all weird and messed up.
It didn't look Kenny Rogers weird.
Right. It still looked like her. August 1st and 2nd up in the cities, by the way. 39th annual SummerSlam. First stadium event held in Minneapolis since 1999, by the way. 2-day passes are available if you're interested in going.
The Ghostface from the Scary Movie franchise has apparently launched an OnlyFans. Everybody's doing this. Show me your bum. Ghostface is teasing spicy content on OnlyFans, promoting the digital release of the Scary Movie 6. Free to subscribe, by the way, to Ghostface's OnlyFans. Carmen Electra directing a teaser video for this launch of the OnlyFans.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Ghostface listing the things that they're going to do and not do. The do's include eggplant emoji size ratings, lusty confessionals, steamy DMs, and, quote, finish the job. Ghostface not going to do foot stuff, miss a call, or ghost you. The profile says there will be daily surprises, spicy content, and not safe for work goodies. It can fans can expect surprise collabs with other members of the cast. So this is just a unique and sort of timely way to help promote the digital release of Scary Movie 6, right? Get on the OnlyFans. That's what everybody's doing. You got people from Harry Potter doing it. You got Olympians doing it. You got former child actors doing it.
Well, it doesn't mean it has to be feet stuff or underwear stuff or any of that stuff. Or butt stuff. Doesn't have to be.
Not yet. And that's a short-lived promotion, right? Eventually that comes to an end, maybe a month or two after.
Continue to have a profile there.
I'm assuming not.
Make new content all the time.
Last but not least, a picture of Conan O'Brien went viral this week because his hair was all wacky. And people on the internet had a lot of questions. You know Conan O'Brien,
yeah,
right?
I sure do. What
Usually
do you mean
got
by
the
wacky?
Big, well, go ahead and look at it. It didn't look like the normal Conan O'Brien hair that we've come to know and love, with the big kind of swoop in the front, right? He's always got kind of the bang, almost like a weird bang thing. Well, he had to explain what the hell happened to his hair. He said the reason for his greasy, slick-back hairstyle on his latest podcast was because he attended the outdoor grand opening ceremony for Barack Hussein Obama's presidential center in Chicago. Said he put sunblock on his face, but it didn't think he needed on his hair or his scalp, which I can tell you from experience that
you do.
My wife, who has a part, gets burned on there a lot. A few days later, his skull was on fire, became itchy. He said whenever I would itch it, it looks like a snow globe. It looks like white freckled confetti. He was advised to rub oil on his scalp to help it heal, so he did that, not thinking that he needed to be on camera for the podcast. He said, I look like I'm in Sha-na-na. I'm a grease ball. I'm so greasy. I'm Frankie Valli.
Is that a hair gel?
No, it's oil.
Oh, it's some sort of aloe for my scalp burn.
Says, I just want to fight people on the street. I want to get a hot rod and drive it around. I want to get Rizzo pregnant. He does look like one of the T-Birds. I'm going to put on a bubblegum cigarette behind my ear. So until his skull heals completely.
Yeah, he's got greasy aloe scalp.
He's going to have the greasy scalp.
We just washed the hair. You know, I work on my hair a long time, and you hit it. He hits my hair.
You don't have to grease up the entire head, do you?
He
went all in.
He did. He made sure that there was enough salve to take care of the burn.
Conan O'Brien, new hairdo. Had to.
Yeah, short-lived. Scalp burn.
Had to explain what the hell was going on there. People were freaking out.
Got real itchy.
Yeah. Rock mornings with Brian and Gene.
Your scalp can most certainly burn.
Fog is rolling in if you live along the river.
Mm-hmm.
You're obviously going to see some fog this morning. Cooled off quite a bit last night. Going to get up to about 80 today in our area. 80 again tomorrow. Then into the 90s this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's going to be hot, steamy. I think Monday the fire pit is finally going to get done. We had a lot of setbacks.
I know you did. It's been a summer.
Well, we really went after it that first day. I mean, we got after it. We dug the hole by hands, moving all the dirt, all the things. Got the rock in there, got the weed blanket, got the sand, all that stuff, and then just things just busy, right? He went on a cruise, and then I think his uncle came to town, and then I got injured by sleeping wrong on my shoulder, and then Rockfest, and so it's been a minute. But I think on Monday
next week it's happening.
All the stuff got delivered. It's been sitting on 2 pallets on my side of my house here, and I've just been waiting for that to finish. But hopefully on Monday we'll see. I think that's the deal.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Not this Saturday, not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that, the 8th of August. That's right, we're into August next week.
What are we talking about?
Theory of a Dead Man and Seven Dust at the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester, Minnesota. So just a stone's throw from us. Find
Always
tickets
nice
online.
to have Seven Dust in the area.
Yeah, Theory of a Dead Man, Seven Dust at the Mayo Civic Center, Saturday, August 9th. Still tickets available if you want to go to that show.
Talked to a gentleman a couple weeks ago celebrating his birthday on that night. Got tickets for the show.
Nice. It's the way to do it. Speaking of shows, on Tuesday of next week, we will be announcing a major concert coming to the area.
Mm-hmm.
Big one.
A little after 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
Next Tuesday, a little after 9 a.m., we'll tell you who, what, when, where, why, and how. We know, of course, that next Friday, Megadeth will be at the Southside Oktoberfest grounds in La Crosse as part of the Ultra Rock Summer Concert Series, Megadeth and Obituary. I believe tomorrow, at some point, not quite sure when, we're supposed to talk to Dave Mustaine, the frontman of Megadeth. I don't know if we'll be doing that live or...
I saw that you changed your photo to you and him.
Rockfest 2013. I had to go back and look at the year.
You and your bud?
Yeah.
Photos
we
with
both
him
had red hair.
I know you did. I know.
Well, that was 14 years ago, man. It was a long time. 13, I should say. But, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I actually tried to find the interview. I'm sure I have it somewhere. I don't know where it is, but Yeah, 13 years ago in the booth at Rockfest. It was so cool because nowadays, look, the band, we had three, it's weird to say this, but we had three bands come to the booth this year, Autumn Kings, Cami Kehoe, and Story of the Year. And they were fantastic. We had a great time, nice interviews, and then they signed some pictures. Took pictures with some of the fans that gathered around, signed some autographs, all that stuff. But back in the day, Dave effing Mustaine came out.
No, I know he did.
And he doesn't have to come out for anybody.
No,
he's Dave friggin' Mustaine. And, even 13 years ago, he was Dave, so he came out and he was super nice and gracious, and we had a great interview. And it was the first time I'd ever interviewed him. And I was concerned. I was nervous, right? Because you hear these...
Well, he's a legend.
Well, not only is he a legend, but I'm a huge fan. But he also has this sort of aura, right, about him. And
that maybe he might be challenging to talk to or not as nice or something. And
you don't want to ask the wrong question. You don't want to be the guy that, goes... back then we weren't really worried about going viral, per se. But, you want to make sure the interview goes smoothly and that you're asking the right questions. And at the time, we weren't given any questions to ask. We just, we're told, he's coming out. And, so, yeah. But it was cool. And Megadeth and Obituary next Friday at the Southside Oktoberfest grounds.
Talk about legends. Be there with, remember it. Because this is the retirement tour is essentially what they're saying. This is the last time they're doing this, and they're stopping in our neck of the woods, which is rare as well.
And obviously, tickets available at CopelandEvents.com. You can buy them at the La Crosse Center box office as well if you want to buy them in person and avoid the Ticketmaster fees. What's this fee link thing? What's that all about? That's still through today, right? Because you can save on the fees if you're buying them online.
That got sent via email. So you look for that if you get an email from 95.7 The Rock.
16-year-old kid in Illinois. Normally Chicago drivers, right? Illinois drivers, fibs, they get a bad rap.
This kid did something heroic. Is that what you're about to tell me?
Yeah, his name is Randy Gerlach. He saw a car in a ditch on his way to work earlier this month. And even though there was a bunch of other cars driving by, he decided to stop and check it out. And pretty good that he did, because there was a woman passed out in the car. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if something actually happened or if they were just kind of accidentally went too far on the shoulder and just went in. So I turned around in town because I figured by then if it was an accident and they didn't mean to, they would have been gone by then. Called the 911, did what they told me, and just went through the whole thing until they got here. Mostly just right place at the right time, and then that I actually did the right thing and not just kept going.
Yeah, look, you get on a busy street, everyone's going to work, you got, appointments to keep, you got stuff to do, and you don't have a lot of time, but he saw this car in the ditch, wasn't quite sure, decided to check it out and trusted his gut, and that's exactly how this situation ended up. Female driver inside the car, unconscious. Called 911, emergencies crews came out. She's going to be okay. She's going to survive. Doctors later said that if Randy had arrived just 20 minutes later, the woman likely would not have made it. 20 minutes.
Well, and like you said, you're driving to work, you assume that the car's in the ditch and that there's nobody in it.
Right. Somebody got out.
It happened last night. The authorities are on their, it's not a situation where you're going to find somebody in within that time frame, too, to make a difference on life or death.
Just the right place at the right time. I actually did the right thing, and I didn't just keep going. Told others, go with your gut. Checking on a stranger in a car, and turned out, saved that woman's life. Got a text from, I'm assuming it's Carrie. It's either Carrie or Kari. C-A-R-I. What do you think, Kari?
Kari, probably.
Kari. Kari B, instead of Cardi B, said, I'll be celebrating my birthday with Megadeth. Hell yeah. Horns up. All the way up. Get your tickets, Megadeth Obituary, next Friday, Southside Fest Grounds, part 1 of the Ultra Rock Summer Concert Series. Again, there'll be another major concert announcement happening on Tuesday of next week.
We're full up. Lots of good music in the area.
Yeah. It's going to be a loud summer. Very loud.
And fall.
And fall. Hypothetical Thursday is coming up next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Hypothetical Thursday.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking each other hypothetical questions to see what our answers would be. I'm going to go first this week, Gene.
All right.
Ready to rock?
Sure.
Now, over the course of history,
oh
there has been a number of different ways to listen to music. records, tapes, reels, 8 tracks, CDs, MP3s.
Live doesn't count?
No, because this is about listening to music
on my own
in your daily life, right? You can't just... You could, I guess, but you really can't go around with a band playing music for you whenever you want, right? It's not a real viable thing. If you had to choose, you only get to listen to one form of media when it comes to music. For the rest of your life, what are you taking?
Well, what am I taking based on ease, or what am I taking based on nostalgia? Because I have two different answers for you. What, probably,
just in general, just one answer. Again, you trying to finagle yourself out of answering the question. Here we go again. No, there isn't. There's one. If I asked about nostalgia, are you choosing tapes or CDs or record players? Right. That's not what the question is. The rest of your life, you only get one form of media to listen to your music. What form of media is that?
And that's assuming that the technology of the player of the thing exists and continues to exist too, right? Because my gut would say CDs, because I have a ton of them and they're all my favorites and they're in good shape and it's easy to listen to. But that means that you have to have a CD player in your vehicle or where you're going and all the things, and those are harder. You're driving a 96 RAV4? What year? 84? It's still in there, but I'm saying they're harder and harder to come by, right? But
not in your vehicles.
Not in all right already. But you know what I mean? It's not necessarily, if I ever get a newer car, that's not something that's necessarily going to go along with us. The CD book isn't necessarily going to be in the car anymore. That's just that's a very old school thing to do,
maybe
right? It could be, your
right.
The
I get it. Right.
Goes with
tapes,
you, and then,
cassette tapes are not in cars anymore.
Right. The aux cord goes with you, and then you can listen to whatever you want off of your accounts and what you've curated to be your favorite music. So that makes sense moving forward. It's not necessarily my favorite way to listen to it, but it's the most accessible, especially as we move into the future, right?
There's some people that love the quality
and sound of a vinyl.
And prefer to listen to their music in that way. So for them, they would say, if I only have one choice, okay, I can't listen to it in my car.
It's not portable to the beach necessarily.
Maybe I could have something set up at work, right? Some sort of record, which is possible, right? If you have a cubicle, you could certainly have a little record player and some headphones.
It's not on the go. It doesn't go everywhere with you. You can't.
Portability is difficult. You can't walk around with like a Sony Walkman and you get your steps in.
That's
with a record player.
Truth, and that's why, going back to nostalgia, right? We listened to a lot of vinyl growing up, and there is a beautiful aspect to the music that comes from it, and that's probably one of my preferred ways to actually listen to it. But the practicality of doing that on the go and then you're limited to where and when you can listen to the music that you want to. So, if I want to be able to in the future listen to tunes wherever I want to, I'm going to have to go with digital, and wherever you can take it with you everywhere. It's on your phone, so you can put it on your speaker, and it makes it the most accessible.
The phone and the MP3s on there are a form of the media.
Mm-hmm. And it makes it the most everywhere that you want to listen to music, you'll be able to. So you take that because of its just complete accessibility, not necessarily how you enjoy it the most.
I don't know have you even answered, or are you just sort of rattling off the pros and cons of every single form? What are you doing?
Thank you.
Because you suck at this game, by the way. I don't want to play this dumb game with you if you're just going to not... First of all, you try to weasel out of the question. Then you want quantitative, expenditure on what the question is, and then you don't even give an answer. And then when you do give an answer, you want to give 2 or 3 instead of 1. That's not the purpose of this game.
So I watched a really funny video last night that I'll show you here in a little bit, and it was a girl who had found a bag of cassettes and like a radio cassette player at a vintage store, and was going through them and talking in the video about it was the soundtrack to what was the Tom Cruise music with the
Mission Impossible
movie with the cocktail. It was a cocktail.
Yeah.
So it was the soundtrack to that, and Tom Cruise wasn't in a band. See, these are all songs from other artists that
She
are
didn't
on
know what
this
a
movie.
soundtrack was?
And trying to put it into the
Who doesn't know what a
cassette
soundtrack
player and listen to, trying
Hell
to figure
yeah.
out how to get in. And it was like, oh my God, I'm feeling so old. At a vintage store, she found all these. What are these things?
All right. Final answer. Which one are you picking?
Ugh.
What form of media are you using to listen to music for the rest of your life?
Probably digital, because it can be whether it's in the car or it can be on my phone and I can listen to it on a.
So you're saying MP3s, whether
Yes.
they're on a phone or
Yes,
a jump drive?
Probably,
Okay.
because I can have a beatbox and take it with me or
All right.
whatever. and
MP3s.
Most.
By the way, I just got a text from Mike. He agrees. She does suck, and she just rambled away while you told her she sucks at the game. She should be a politician.
Wow.
I don't know. Look, you're not a terrible person, but when it comes to this game, this thing we try to do, and I appreciate it, right? Because we need to kill time, and that's what you're kind of doing with your scrambled egg word
I'm
salad.
trying to purposefully do it. It's just that there's.
But you
can't-
don't-
So would you rather I just say record and then it's the end of the conversation?
I think you should pick and then maybe expand upon it, right? Like decide which one you want and then explain.
I'm frustrated. I'm not.
I'm not
doing it
frustrated.
right.
I think Mike's frustrated. He says you suck.
Mike, I don't understand. Is it the Thursday that's getting to you, dude?
I would love to say
I don't
cassette
think you
tapes.
suck.
Because that's what I grew up with.
Me too.
And I have such
a
love for that. And I wish that technology never died. And I wish they still. And look, they kind
were
of.
great, and they'd stretch out, and you have to.
Well, they still exist, and you can. And some
And they would
bands still
wear
make them.
out.
Right.
You'd listen to them so much they'd
I
wear
vividly remember, with the clear tapes a lot of times, because you had the clear and you had the colored ones. The clear ones, after flipping them over so many times, your fingers would rub off the painting of the.
But you didn't need to know what song 3 was because you knew. I know.
Yeah, I would love to say tapes, but because it's essentially a dead technology, I can't go with tapes.
I know,
Records
I
are
know.
great, but the portability is an issue, and it's obviously seen a boom in popularity over the last decade or more.
Have one now. You have one
We have
too,
a
right?
beautiful record system at home, and we're getting records, and I wish I spent more time listening to them. Unfortunately, the TV's in the room as well, and the TV is the first love of my life. But I would have to go with CDs. I loved having CDs as well. The booklet, flipping and seeing them, and then like the
Well, you know what you're getting by
the
you look at the cover and
compiling,
you're
right?
like, I know what that is.
The categorizing, all the love that you spent, the time you spent, and reading. You still had the lyric book and all that, and it's small.
notes.
It's small enough that you could take 1,000 CDs in your car. Yeah, it's a big booklet, but it doesn't take up that much room, like a record
and you can
collection
page
would.
through, and you can tell
yeah.
by just looking at the front of it. Am I feeling it?
There was nothing like when you were a kid in the 90s and you got your first car and you put a CD deck in it, right? Because we all did.
I know.
You swapped out the stock stereo, you put in an Alpine or a Blaupunk or something like that.
Oh my God, this is my first stereo.
For me, it was more about, it wasn't so much the stereo. It was about when someone would get in the car that had never been in the car with me, and the CD booklet is always on the passenger seat.
Yep.
And they would pick that up and sit there, and then they would look through it, and they would get, wow, look at all these CDs. Oh my God, I didn't know. And that reaction to me was like crack. Getting my friends to kind of experience music the way that I loved it. So I would go CDs. Portable,
I agree
small,
with you.
all that stuff.
It's like I said, they still work in my cars, but I don't know if it's happening anymore. It's a.
For now, knock on wood, you can still get a CD player in a vehicle.
Sorta.
And even if you can't,
Sorta.
you can jerry rig it with a CD Discman or something like that. But
I wore out British Steel on cassette. Wore out.
Razor
I
blade.
mean, it was like, it had to buy a new one. Can't play it anymore.
Rockmornings.com if you want to weigh in on our hypothetical questions for one another.
Happy
Mike said, I meant
Thursday.
she sucks at playing. Sorry, not a personal attack.
I think he said you
do.
suck,
You
right?
do. You're really bad at this.
It's hard not to take
Really
it personal,
bad.
Mike.
It's all good.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
That's on the ground. What a play. Ortiz to his feet. Got the first in time. Joey Ortiz with a defensive gem. Have a game, Joey O. The Brewers win 4-3.
Brew Crew with a nice win over the Mets yesterday, 4-3. Take 2 out of 3 from the Mets win that series, and they're moving on. They're off today, but they'll be at home against the Rockies tomorrow. 3:10 first pitch tomorrow afternoon for the first of 3 against Colorado. Sophie Cunningham, Indiana Fever. In the spotlight, ESPN publishing a profile on her back on July 21st. In it, she talked about trans participation in sports, but denied hating trans people and said she was simply weighing in to, quote, protect women's sports. She said, I got a lot of negative feedback about me hating trans, and I'm like, I never once said that. I think that I'm here to extend love, but I also think that love is truth and being honest. And I want to protect young girls in a locker room or young girls in sport who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Sophie Cunningham clarifying her statements, because if you speak out against that, sometimes you get branded as a hater, right? Or a person who doesn't support. Elsewhere, the Cubs guy. The slap heard around the world.
Oh, yeah. Stand up for the national anthem guy.
Yeah, the Chicago Cubs fan who smacked another spectator who didn't stand for the Star-Spangled Banner, speaking out after the video went viral.
Says, I don't care what you said, I'll do it again.
Yeah, this was
sure.
During a 10-1 win against the Twins at Wrigley Field on Sunday. His name is Robert Chavez. Said an important element of the story is missing. In the video, you see, obviously, him yelling at the younger man who was not identified. Robert says, I was telling him, quote, please stand up. Have some respect. After the young man didn't comply with his demands, he was hit in the head by this Robert Chavez, who continued to bark at him. Chavez told TMZ that he informed the younger man of his status as a veteran of the Vietnam War, and also was apparently telling him a little bit of maybe the history, some of the stories, right? A brief synopsis of people that may have died or things that may have happened. But it apparently didn't do the trick, didn't get this guy to care to stand up for the national anthem. Chavez admitted that he shouldn't have resorted to physical violence. He said, oh, yes, definitely, I wish I could go back and take it back. He said, even though I fought in Vietnam and I had buddies killed, we fight for the rights of the people, and that's one of his rights. Chavez then said later on during the game, next thing you know, he's buying me a beer. We talked, we shook hands. Which, again, is all stuff that never gets shown on the video.
Yep.
And people were just like 10 seconds of life are taken into out of context. And, yeah. And maybe that kid now has a better appreciation as to why people stand, right? Maybe he never had that in his life. Maybe he never had someone that was a veteran or served or has that unique,
Or maybe he'll continue to sit and this veteran says that's his right too, but they had a beer and talked about it.
Yeah.
And it's all fine and good.
Puka Nacua, boy, the bite. The bite heard around the world. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua, 2026, began with a claim that he bit a woman on New Year's Eve, and now a more clear image of the alleged bite has emerged. It's a bite. Madison Atiabi's attorney, a guy named Joseph Carr, providing the photo to the California Post, a color version of a prior version of the same photo. It shows imprints of roughly 16 teeth top and bottom on her back. In March of 2026, Puka Nacua's attorney dismissed the conduct as quote-unquote horseplay. Still, the lawyer for Puka Nacua seemed to admit that at least one bite did occur, saying that the bite left a temporary mark. Image of it, very clear, though, that there's a bite that happened. I don't know if you know, but the mouth is one of the dirtiest places on the planet, given the amount of bacteria we have as humans. My client has also suffered severe emotional distress and mental anguish and is being treated. This is the attorney for the woman. The civil case is ongoing. She's going after Puka Nacua for some money. He may be eligible for a pretrial diversion program in lieu of misdemeanor criminal charges, but it sounds like she's trying to get some money out of Puka Nacua, and now the picture of the bite has come out. Charlie Woods,
don't be biting.
Tigers kid, didn't qualify for match play at the 2026 U.S. Junior Amateur Championship after he fell short in a playoff featuring 14 golfers competing for the final two spots on yesterday. His elimination came after he endured an unfortunate disruption while playing his only hole. And video has now gone viral on social media. I got to be honest. Look, I get it.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of but at the same,
lot of pressure.
Dude, NBA players are out there hitting dimes with crowds going crazy, chanting the craziest stuff. NFL players do it. Baseball players do it. Hockey players do it. These golfers, they gotta figure it out. Somebody was trying to take a picture, and the camera made the noise in his backswing, and it caused him to get disrupted. And so that's the blame for why he didn't make it.
That's it, huh?
Come on, bro. You're gonna have to learn with that. 17-year-old son of Tiger Woods stood over his third shot from the thick rough as Charlie Woods was completing his backswing. The clicking sound from a camera phone taking a picture could be heard. The ball landing on the fringe short of the green.
So I completely whiffed it because of this camera thing?
Well, yeah, he dropped his club in frustration, turned around towards the gallery and said, "Really, dude? You got to toughen up. I'm sorry. A little camera click, that little noise is going to throw your golf game that far off? Really, dude, should be people talking to you. Really, dude? Come on, man. Figure it out." Last but not least, the Tour de France is going on.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle.
And U.S. rider Brandon McNulty was apparently brake checked by a vehicle as he was getting ready to line up for the next stage. Did you hear about this?
I did not.
Yeah, he was knocked off his bike by the driver of a car before the Stage 16 individual time trial at the Tour de France. McNulty was heading to the start line when he was taken out by a member of the public in a vehicle. Quote, "It is nothing big. He was just coming to the start with the bike. One car was a little bit upset behind him. We don't know why. And then he overpassed Brandon. He stopped the car. Unfortunately, of course, Brandon, he crashed into the car." So it sounds like
he's rolling up behind him.
Well, he's riding his bike. He's trying to get to the start line. The car is unhappy that he's blocking his way. The car goes around him and then gets in front of him and brake checks him. And then Brandon slams into the car.
Don't you know what's happening here, though, with the cars? I mean, you know that this is the race. Right?
Yeah, but McNulty started and everybody's okay. No major injuries, but whatever. Even in France, they hate people on bicycles. It's good to see.
The Tour.
Whatever.
Whatever. Get the cars out of the way.
Imagine you live there, right? You don't like biking, and you got to deal with this every friggin' year. You got to deal with these people coming around.
I would think they would
and their
remove
spandex shorts.
The cars from.
You're trying to get to work. I got to get to work. I got to milk the sheep or whatever the hell they do in France. I got to make the cheese.
They do all the things we do here.
I got to stomp on the grapes. I got to make the wine. I got to make fries.
Industrialized country.
I got to go peel the potatoes for French fries.
Stuff.
Got to make the dressing. Whatever. This guy's got things to do, and the stupid bicycle rider is in his way.
I can't believe they don't move the people and the bikes and the cars from each other.
And you know how these bicyclists are. They hog the road. They think it belongs to them. Just because they're in some kind of race. Mr. Racy guy. Way to go.
World-class athletes, yes.
Yeah, good for you, Mr. Lance Armstrong. Yes. All right, Hypothetical Thursday. We'll get to our responses and Gene's question for me next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Hypothetical Thursday.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
My question for Gene was, what form of media would you use for the rest of your life if you only had one to listen to your music? Michael said, "Good morning, Brian and Gene. Working at the new XL Service Center in Onalaska. I would think Gene's preferred media would be radio since she works in radio." Look, we do that for a living, but radio
awesome.
is great and all that stuff.
I listen to it all the time.
But I also really enjoy a lot of music that doesn't get played on the radio. I think Gene probably feels the same way. And so if you really want that variety, you got to be able to have another form of media.
Listen to it all the time.
Ryan said, "I don't know how I didn't die when I started driving. I had the digital tape deck plugged into a battery, run Discman CD player, and I would change CDs / batteries / look through CDs while driving." Yeah, we all had some sort of weird, crazy setup in our car when we first started figuring out how to get better and more music into our vehicle. Because back in the day, we didn't have any options. You got a tape deck, and that was it. And then eventually CD players came.
Save up and you get a new stereo that
you get
has
Bluetooth.
better speakers and all of that. And
Rug from Tremolo said he'd go with CDs. Also got an email from Mark who said, give me all the cassette tapes. I'm tired of the digital world we live in. A half worn out tape has character. It certainly does. There's a story there. Also got an email from Matt who said, if I had to pick one form of music, it would be radio because you take it with you everywhere pretty much, and it's nostalgic, and you can choose different genres easily enough. And I like to support local radio.
And it's free.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that.
Doesn't cost you anything.
I'm still going with CDs, though. It was just...
I love that email. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Trying to stay local.
Hypothetical Thursday. Again, if you want to weigh in on my question for Gene, which is what form of media would you choose if you could only listen to one for the rest of your life in terms of your music, CDs, tapes, record players, all that stuff. Your question for me?
You might need a little bit to think about this, so I don't know if we need to circle back on this question or not, but it's very viral right now, and I'm shortening it for you so you don't have to answer as many, but right now it's...
I'm taking the bear.
No, it's not that one. So it's 5 things that are worth the money in life, right? Like the things that are either not necessarily splurges, if you will, but
concerts,
but that are worth that in life. And it's 5, but you can narrow it if you want to narrow it down. You can.
Concerts are number 1. It's rare that I've been to a bad show. Now, I've gone and seen bands I don't like because I have a wife that listens to crappy music that I don't like, emo bands.
So you've had to tag along for something you weren't excited about.
But yeah, paying money to go see bands that I love, like Metallica or Biohazard or whoever, Slayer, Pantera.
Things that
having
are worth
those
the money.
experiences and those memories of going with my friends and the craziness that we did and all the things that happened, and I would never trade that for anything. I mean, those concerts mean so much to me. So that's kind of why my motto is always buy the tickets, go to the show, live your life.
Yeah, that's an experience versus things.
Number 2 would be good
So
steak, good meat, right? Now look, I love a cheap cheeseburger.
Stick
whatever.
your head up the.
Take a look at a bull's ass. Yeah, whatever. But man, there's just nothing better than a really good steak. I love bacon and pork chops and all that stuff. I'm a meat eater. I'll eat it till I die. I don't really care about vegans and their stupid choices. But man, what was the question about spending money on things? 5 things?
Yeah, it's like 5 things are actually worth the money, right? I don't know if they're necessarily splurges, but they're just, or maybe investment, things that you spent more money on or whatever that is that you think it's worth it.
Can I just say meals, quality meals? Because I also love seafood. So, look, we all eat mac and cheese out of the box. It happens, right? And I'm not saying I don't like it, but man, the experience
we all know that's good, right?
The experience of a good meal is worth it every single time. And I've had plenty of bad meals too, right? It's not that they don't exist. So top 5 things that are worth it.
Are we getting to your pillow here? Because I thought for sure you were going to talk about your pillow. Spending money on that as opposed to the $7.99 pillow and really investing gave you a really good night's sleep. No? Yes?
Maybe. I don't know if it's in top 5. I mean, it's certainly, but I don't know if it's in top 5.
It's more of a splurge than a regular thing that makes it, that's the worth the money, right? As opposed to.
Yeah, so concerts, good meals, quality meals, eating, some sort of quality meal there. Tattoos. I have a lot of tattoos, maybe not a lot, but I have several tattoos, and every single one of them has meaning to me. I don't have any that I'm disappointed or ashamed of, right? If you were to ask me about all my tattoos, I could tell you a story about each one and why I got them and why they make, a difference to me and what sort of, meaning they have behind them. So tattoo, does that count? Can I put that on there?
Sure, you can put that on there. I mean, you can put whatever you want on there. Obviously, if my list, you start out and you go, well, vacations. But that isn't necessarily what I think the viralness of this is about. This is more like things that you might purchase or own or have that, other people would say the cheap version of that or this or that, whatever, is just fine. But you spent money on it because it means something to you.
Can I say the value of a best friend?
No.
Why not?
Because you don't buy donut. I can't buy a cheaper version of donut and then your version of donut is better. That doesn't fit. Sorry.
All right. Well, that's stupid.
Okay.
You
might have to think about it.
What was the question again?
So these are items that are, splurges that are actually worth it in life. The things that you've learned that are splurge-worthy items that are worth having.
Okay, I gotcha.
You know what I mean? Where you spent more money on this thing than other things, but you did it because you really do appreciate the quality of whatever that is.
A dishwasher, because ours broke.
And you're really missing it right now.
It sucks. Washing dishes by hand sucks. It's poor people problems. You know what I mean? I'm kidding, of course. I'm just trying to make a joke. Because when we first started living together in our apartment, we washed dishes by hand. And then when we bought our first house, we washed dishes by hand. And then when we bought this house, it had a dishwasher, and it worked, and it's been glorious for the last 7 years. And now it's broke, and we're washing dishes by hand again. And it absolutely 100% sucks.
Right. It was nostalgic for the first couple days where you're like, oh, this will be fine. We used to do this all the time, honey. And now you're at the point where you're like, would you like to borrow my rollaway?
Well, now
I'm gone next week. I can bring it over and you can use my rollaway.
Well, you used to wait until the sink was full of dishes, right? And now it's like, I don't even want to wait that long because I just don't want to do these stupid dishes, right? I just wash them one at a time kind of thing. But a dishwasher, yeah, I'd put that on there.
That's worth splurging on. I understand.
Splurging on.
Mm-hmm.
And probably a good TV. I mean, I watch so much effing TV and so many movies. I do.
I know you do.
And so a good setup, like a real quality setup, if you really want to watch
audio,
especially if you want to watch the movies that are coming out, right? Especially the movies and shows that are coming out now with the visual effects and all the things that they do. And while I still prefer practical effects in movies when it comes to horror and blood and guts and all that stuff, there's something to be said for the action movies that are coming out, the MCU, obviously a lot of digital effects, and having a quality system with good sound and good quality television is top notch. So,
all right.
Is that?
We got you. We got to 5 even.
Concerts, meals, tattoos, dishwasher, and then what was the last one I just said?
It's the home theater system.
Theater?
Kind of, home theater system, I would say. You talked about both the LED TV or LCD and the surround system. And
rockmornings.com if you want to weigh in on our hypothetical questions for one another. We'll see what Office Cora has to say. Boy, there's 5 questions, this 5 thing, that could take her a month. Or it could take 2 seconds. She may have them already lined up. She's got a lot going on. We got to talk about, she went to a birthday party this past weekend after Rockfest. We got to talk.
I heard about this birthday party.
Listen to you don't go anywhere. Trust me on this one. If you don't like missing Office Cora, you definitely don't want to miss it today because we have an all-timer coming up.
She went to a birthday party.
A very special birthday party.
Little tiny hats.
This past weekend after Rockfest, and we'll get into that here in just a few minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
8:15-ish on Thursday mornings, we're joined by the one and only, the Office Cora. How are you, Cora? How are you doing?
I am doing great. How are you guys?
I'm doing all right. Now, we got a few things we got to get to here before we find out what you're up to this weekend in the 715. I want to get your recap of Rockfest because you and I were hanging out. You were mad at me. You hated my guts. Your husband to be.
I did not.
Your husband to be despises me. It was. You could feel the tension in the air.
I don't think so.
Did you have fun?
I had so much fun. They just don't like it when you annoy me, Brian.
Well, I am here to annoy people in my sights. And as I said to people in the booth, I said this out loud, and it's a thing that everyone knows about me. If I didn't love you and I didn't care about you, I wouldn't waste my time annoying you. I'm the younger brother. I'm the older brother. I'm the one that's going to be there to annoy. But should anybody besides me get in your grill or try to give you a hard time or some grief, then I will be the first to stand in front of you.
They really didn't like it, though, huh?
Well, that's tough.
I like it.
Because that's who I am, and that's what I do.
Yeah, I like that.
But did you have a band did you see a band that stuck out? Was there one that you were looking forward to at Rockfest?
Yes. My absolute favorite was Hailstorm.
Yeah.
I just love Lizzie Hale, and oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Her vocals, everything about that entire performance was incredible.
Office Cora in the booth with us. We suffered through a rainstorm. That was pretty wild.
That was insane. It was pretty cool, though. Like, all of us.
Short-lived, wasn't it?
About a half hour.
Pretty short, yeah.
We were in there waiting for Limp Bizkit to start and waiting for the rain to go by. And yeah.
And it's so crazy because, like, the headliner doesn't even come on until 11, and then it got postponed. So it was about 11:45 when they started.
But we still had a good time rocking out the Biscuit. I thought we did.
Oh, I thought they were incredible. And I also learned something. Was it Pop Evil that you kind of have a connection with?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Brian.
What?
You said they stayed at your house.
They did.
And you always be like, Cora, you got strangers, weirdos staying at your house. Couldn't do it. And then you have a band of strangers.
They're not strangers. I know them.
House.
I know them. They're not strangers. We've known them for years.
You didn't know them at the time.
Yeah, but they're a band. They're not living with me. They're staying with me for like 2 nights. That was it. It's a whole different story.
Yeah, they're just...
I don't want them moving in. We've had
doing
many...
some laundry.
Royal Bliss stayed with us. Waylon stayed with us. Our friends and Otherwise stayed with us. Pop Evil stayed with us. Whatever, man. It's a couple of nights. It's just like my friends when they come to town.
They're doing laundry, taking a shower, maybe having some
yeah, we grill out. We have a little food. We play some ladder golf. And then they leave, which is the important part. They go away.
They don't move in.
They're not moving in. I don't have strangers residing in my home. It's a whole different thing.
And you got to meet one of my roommates, former roommates.
I don't remember that part very well. I probably had too many. Friday was a little bit of a blur because it was the only day that I didn't have to get up the next morning and do anything. So I was kind of getting after it.
That's valid.
Was it the skirt guy? The kilt guy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that might have been the guy that was mad at me. I don't know. One of your friends was mad at me because I was Walter, our skeleton, our resident skeleton in the booth, kept trying to scratch Cora's back, and she has a guy. She's got a guy for that already.
I know she does.
I got a guy for that.
She's getting married to him.
All
so
right.
tell me about your.
Hold on. So Rockfest. Now that we're done with that, I've been promising listeners this morning. I've been promising them an all-timer with Office Cora, and I want to get into this. Because you revealed something in the booth at Rockfest that I found almost as strange as letting people live in your house, strangers. You were going to a birthday party.
Oh.
But it wasn't for
Sunday.
It wasn't for
Well, just tell us about it.
It wasn't for a kid, it wasn't for a grandmother, it wasn't for an aunt or a nephew or an uncle or any of those people. It was for a
monkey.
You went to a monkey birthday party.
Yes, a little capuchin monkey. Her name is Bella, and she turned 2 years old. Brian, this was the cutest birthday party ever. She sat opening her presents with her little hands and her little fingers. And then she sat in a high chair and ate a cupcake. Adorable.
Was the monkey wearing a diaper?
Yes.
Did you get to touch or hold the monkey?
Yes.
Okay.
I told you, all-timer. We're in the Rockfest booth. We're drinking beers. We're talking about Limp Bizkit, and we're watching people in the rain.
What you gonna do on Sunday?
And then all of a sudden, I said, "What are you doing on Sunday?" And she said, "I'm going to a monkey's birthday party." And I said, "What the hell are you doing?"
Okay, first of all, you have a friend who has a monkey?
She actually has 2 monkeys.
How long before she moves in with you and has the monkeys with her?
Oh my gosh, that would be incredible.
And then Binks the cat and the monkeys are going crazy with each other. Then there's some sort of weird animal that gets born 9 months later, or however long it takes to birth a cat monkey creature.
Oh my gosh, that would be dream life right there. No, I don't think I would ever have a monkey. It's a lot of work. But I do like visiting my friend who has 2 monkeys.
How long has she had the monkeys?
About a year. I think she got Bella when she was like 3 months old.
All right,
and
so
she just turned 2.
So a 2-year-old monkey, a capuchin monkey, living with your friend, and you go over there for birthday parties.
They got another one, was born in March. So he's pretty little.
What did you get Bella for a present?
Well, I got these banana oatmeal, like Gerber cookies.
Okay.
Like for a human baby?
Yes.
Okay.
And the cutest thing was she got some clothes and she kind of put that gift down.
For the fashion
and then
show?
We were making a pile of the gifts. Somebody got her a big jar of maraschino cherries because they go to the bar, and when they go to the bar, they get her a maraschino cherry that she eats.
They take her to the bar?
No, I think they get the maraschino cherry, then they bring it back to the monkey at the house.
No, they take her to the bar.
No,
They're bringing the
take her
monkey to the bar?
Yeah, when they're out on the boat. Mm-hmm.
They bring the monkey on a boat, too?
Yes.
All right, so the monkey's going into bars. I thought people with parrots on their shoulder were already strange, but now we have a monkey person.
Oh my gosh, and she just loves maraschino cherries.
Well, yeah, who doesn't? They're delicious. I like maraschino cherries. You don't see people buying me clothes for my birthday and putting them in a pile and banana cookies for babies.
Big jars.
I love banana cookies for babies. I'd eat the hell out of some of those. Why is it so? What the hell is going on? You're going to birthdays for monkeys?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And it was just so cute because she puts the clothes down and she goes over to the pile of all the gifts and she gets the jar of maraschino cherries. Like, that was her all-time favorite thing.
Have you guys ever ripped a bong hit and blew it into the face of the monkey? Has that ever occurred?
No, you can't do that.
No,
you can't do that?
You can't do that.
No.
How long is
what
that
about
thing
like a jean vest, like in The Hangover? Do we have a little jean vest? Can we get this monkey to bring drugs back and forth between some people?
Cora, how long is this thing going to live? What's the life expectancy of one of these things?
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask.
I got to be honest. Of all the people I've ever met in my entire life, you're the only person that I would never be shocked to hear anything from. I'm no longer shocked by anything you do. Like, if my best friend said, hey, I'm going to hang out with a monkey on his birthday, I'd be like, what? I'd be freaked out. And when you say it, it's just, it's Tuesday for Office
Cora. We take it boating, and we take it to the bar.
And we take it boating. It's the captain of the ship.
How old are the parents of this? I think monkeys live a long time. Are they going to outlive their monkey? I mean, is the monkey going to outlive them?
No, I don't think so. I think the owner is 40.
Yeah, the monkey could live long. Do they have a plan if they die before the monkey? Do you get the monkey?
Well,
what happens if you die in the house? Does the monkey eat you? Because if you die in your house and your cat's there, it'll eat you eventually.
Could eat you, yeah. Are you like the on the will to take over if the monkey's parents don't?
Are you the god monkey?
Well, I don't think I've made it to that level yet.
You better check into that.
Invited to the birthday parties, you know.
How many people show up at a monkey birthday party?
I bet there were 15.
15 people care enough about this person and their monkey?
Did it blow out a candle?
No.
God, thank God.
All right. What do they? So how often do you got to change a monkey diaper?
I don't know.
They got to wear diapers, right? Or
You
they
got
just
to learn how
everywhere?
to do that if you're going to be the foster parent here. If something happens,
I am definitely not doing that.
Yes, you are. You're in the will.
No.
Office Cora going to Rockfest normal, then on Sunday going to a monkey birthday. Not normal.
I think it lives a long time. Is
All
what
right.
I'm seeing here.
Office Cora, what do you got planned for this weekend in the 715? What are you doing this weekend?
I am going to the Eau Claire's Festival. They're bringing that back.
Yeah.
It's Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, they got Carson Park shut down. You can't get in and out of there, right?
Yes. And, so I'm doing that Friday and Saturday. And it just seems interesting because it has, like, performances from artists like Bon Iver and Little Yachty, and then it has authors doing readings and collaborative performances.
What about like a monkey enclosure? Is there a monkey thing going on over there? No?
I think that is the only thing this thing is missing. But maybe the Dunn County Fair and the Eau Claire County Fair are going on. So if there's any chance of having a monkey, I think it's one of those places.
I told you, Gene, I couldn't believe it. I heard this on Saturday night or Friday night or whatever. And I was
Does it like to be pet? Do you pet it?
Yes. She loves to snuggle. She's so soft.
And they screech, right? They make this
so
like,
cute.
they make like a screeching sound.
Not this one.
What does it do while do its parents go to work? What does it go to daycare? What happens?
I think they put it in a cage, right?
I doubt it.
There's a cage. Yeah, there's a cage. They have, and their entire basement, she used to have an at-home daycare, and so it's kind of like its own little apartment kind of thing. And they can just have free reign down there because it's all monkey.
Free reign, that's what you want. A monkey having free reign in your house so it can poop everywhere and get into things.
Just get into things.
No,
it's got
diapers.
It's got it can open presents.
We got a text from someone that said, where do you buy a monkey?
Cute.
So many questions. My guess is you probably get it on the internet where you get everything else. I would make sure you got the right
Small,
permit.
they're tiny.
Well, I don't really know the answer to that, Brian.
My friend Brenda also texted in and said,
Cora, there are like specific places that, like a breeder or something.
Yeah, that's how the movie Outbreak started.
I know she had to get like a permit or a something, a license.
You can't just have a monkey living with you.
Can't just
Does she have that displayed properly in her home so you can confirm that it is a permitted animal? Because I'm not walking in there without a proper permit displayed.
Did you guys sing Happy Birthday, Bella?
Whatever. Of course.
Oh, my God.
And on Monday nights, I host Kickin' It Country at Altoona's River Prairie, and they've joined me there before. But she brings them in. It's kind of like a baby carrier. So people don't even know that it's a monkey. They just think it's a kid, and then nobody really pays attention.
I'm always confused by the two. I never can tell them apart.
It's the tail.
Until you see the tail, you never know.
It acts like a fifth hand.
It's a really hairy baby you got there with the diaper, the outside diaper instead of the inside diaper. The little vest and the bag of druggies, that it's taken over to the other people. I never could tell it apart from a baby.
We're planning a big group camping trip in August if you guys want to come.
No, I don't.
There'll be monkeys.
No, I'm good.
They're taking both of them camping?
Yes.
That's got disaster written all over it.
These guys are great campers.
Well, have fun with your monkey camping excursion. My friend Brenda says...
that's not coming up for a month.
My friend Brenda says you're amazing and you're such a sweetheart, by the way. She enjoyed meeting you at Rockfest.
Aww.
So, Office Cora, always a pleasure. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the Eau Claires Festival. And watch out for those monkeys, man. They carry disease, right? They really do.
Okay, I will.
All right. Office Cora, one of one, right there on the phone with us, talking about a monkey birthday party.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, it was a big one. There were 15 people at a monkey birthday party.
Just getting all the juice.
The maraschino cherry juice.
All day, whenever I wanted.
They take it to the bars.
Dude, if I see a monkey come in, I might look and be, what the hell is that? And then I might have to leave. I might have to be, you bring a dog in, I'm all about it. Bar dog, love it. Parrot, anything like that on your shoulder, I think I'm done. I think I'm done being in the bar for the day.
It's anonymous, it's fast, and it's free.
Yeah, Office Cora. I told you, all-timer today.
Those two big ones.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm not hanging out with a monkey.
I can't decide if I want top or bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the monkey decides.
He would hold it out to my mouth. I would say a couple words, and then he'd pull it back.
Mm-hmm.
She also found out this weekend at Rockfest that we have these clips of her. She didn't know that we were playing them.
Well, I didn't measure it, Brian.
How did she not know that?
I don't know, dude. She's got a lot going on.
Dick's Insider.
It's radio.
It is. All right. Office Cora, again, one of one.
Maybe I've been just waiting for something like really huge.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we all, Gene?
Like becoming a mother to a monkey that's been...
It's stepmom, right? Foster mom? Not the mom, but yeah, it's Office Cora.
It's wet. It's squishy. It makes a weird squishy sound in your shoe.
We'll get to Bad News, Happy Music next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
Can I have everyone's attention?
There's news.
After 40 years, they still can't find Jimmy Hoffa.
That's what I'm talking about. There's good news.
My family is making a grant to eliminate their student loans.
And then there's bad news.
I have some bad news.
All the crazy shit happening all over the world, including Florida.
Florida man bites dog to establish dominance.
All right, y'all ready?
Every weekday morning at about 8:35, Brian and Gene hook your ass up. It's Bad News.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Happy, happy, happy.
Brought to you by Dahl Toyota.
Oh, man, did you see the video?
I don't know. Maybe.
Of the kids swimming in the ocean with a shark nearby?
Yes.
Oh, my God. 10-foot-long great white shark just swimming around these kids. They have no clue, and it's from the air, and you can see this thing clear as day. Oh, my God. They were just waiting to be somebody's dinner.
It's a shark!
Yes.
A shark! It's a big ass shark!
Oh, my God. Just give me the heebie-jeebies, man.
Yeah, they don't even...
They have no idea that this thing is right
it was
by
in
them.
California, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, 10-foot-long great white shark spotted swimming very close to a group of young swimmers along the Southern California coastline. Children appearing completely unaware of the shark.
You go inside the cage. Cage goes in the water. You go in the water. Shark's in the water.
Our shark.
Our shark.
Yeah, they weren't in a cage. They were completely cageless.
A drone was capturing the footage, and they're just swimming along. And
this guy's name is Carlos Gauna, a wildlife photographer known as the Malibu Artist. Said it was one of the few times he felt genuinely uneasy while observing sharks. Had his drone up in the air and caught it all on video. Quote, I don't often get nervous, but this was one of those rare instances where I did. The young swimmers had no idea.
Yes.
Nobody got eaten.
Apparently it circled back around and then went through, but then it just kind of left. It didn't actually...
The shark apparently had a large boat propeller strike wound across its back and dorsal fin as well. So this shark likes to get close to people and eat them.
Well, it didn't in this particular case, but you see how close it is to that little girl. And it like turns back around and swims through again, and you're like, oof.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, I don't even know what's over there.
Crazy. Moving on. This is in Alaska. This is crazy. Police in Juneau, Alaska are now investigating human remains that were found in a chest freezer at a family home over the weekend.
You guys want to go see a dead body?
Now, look, when my mom died, we had to clean out our house. We actually stayed there after she passed away because it was just the easiest thing to do rather than pay for a hotel and then go over there every day. So we stayed in the house, didn't find any dead bodies, but that's what was happening. This family was cleaning out the home of a dead relative, and while they were cleaning it out, they opened up the chest freezer, and biggity bam, there's another dead body in there. They responded Sunday night to a home where family members reported finding what appeared to be human remains while cleaning out the property of a deceased relative. Remains were said to be inside of a locked building on the outside of the house, so like a shed or back garage, something like that.
That's where Uncle Bob keeps all the dead bodies.
Preliminary identification suggested that the remains may belong to an adult male relative. The person's next of kin has been notified through the state's medical examiner's office, but must still confirm the ID. Police said they don't know how long the remains have been kept in the freezer.
Well, as long as that person's been dead.
Or maybe since before. Maybe before, Gene. Maybe before. Maybe before, Gene.
Yeah, maybe before.
Maybe before,
maybe
Gene.
Before.
Maybe before, Gene. Threw his ass in the freezer, froze to death, and then left him in there. Or maybe he was going for the ice cream. I told you that. My grandfather kept a thing of ice cream in the chest freezer that was in the barn. Thought Grandma didn't know about it. Maybe he fell in. Nobody knew for all these years.
It was locked, though. It was a locked building.
I don't know. Where did
the
Uncle Bob go? I don't know. He fell in the freezer about 10 years ago. I haven't seen him since. Went out for some ice cream, and that was it. Moving on to Florida. You know what they have in Florida, right?
They have all sorts of things in Florida.
Yeah, they got gators.
The shock factor is jaw-dropping and unexpected for sure. And if we didn't get that security alert to our cell phones, who knows what would have happened. I've been terrified. I've been looking over my shoulders, head on a swivel, just making sure I don't get attacked, the dog doesn't get attacked because that's my baby. Waiting, just chilling, dead still, didn't make a peep until the flashlights. It was exactly 7 foot, 6 inches. So that's the first time it actually was that comfortable to get that close to residents and pets.
I don't want to have a doorbell camera at my house, but if I move to Florida, I can see the benefit of having a doorbell camera because that's how they found out. They didn't know this giant gator was outside at the front door until they got notified by the doorbell camera on their phone. Late night guests, massive alligator wandering right up to their front porch, refusing to leave.
Damn alligator bit my hand. Oh, my God.
Alerted to something outside when their security camera mounted on their garage triggered a motion alert on the phone.
And then they look outside and they're like, oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah. I heard something. The shock factor is kind of jaw-dropping, unexpected for sure.
Is this thing real?
Dude, what are you doing here?
Yeah. if we didn't get that security alert to our cell phones, who knows what would have happened? Yeah, you go to open the door and take the dog for a walk, and the next thing you know, you got a situation on your hands.
Gator don't play no shit.
Look at that thing.
The 911 people showed up. Officers first to arrive on the scene. Then the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission brought in a contracted trapper to remove the gator from the neighborhood just off St. John's Heritage Parkway before sunrise. It was exactly 7'6". Said
they
the
live
woman.
wherever they want. You know what I mean? They live everywhere in Florida. The fact that it walked up to some house is not that unusual.
They kind of do. They kind of do.
You know what I mean?
I have a hard, fast rule in life as I've gotten older, Gene.
No gators?
I don't. Well, at a distance, that has. I'm pivoting. I'm changing.
All right,
I'm going in a different direction here. We are going to Disney World. I am assuming that at some point I'll be on a ride. I haven't been on a ride in who knows how long. I'm old, and I just don't go to. We don't go to carnivals and
amusement parks and those kinds of things.
It's not a thing that we do.
But you're going to because you're going to Disney.
Right. So I'll probably go on some rides while we're down there. I don't know. Well, for me, it's going to be about the line thing, right? Because I don't want to spend an hour for a 5-minute ride.
Fast pass. Get a fast pass.
We're getting all that stuff, but at the same time, I hear it's still a disaster, right? Anyways, my hard and fast rule in life is that I refuse to get on a carnival ride that takes less than a day to put up and take down. So if you're in a parking lot somewhere or you're at a festival somewhere, I'm happy you're there. I'm happy for you. Best of luck. I'm not getting on that ride. There's no way, no hell I'm getting on your ride. I want nothing to do with it. I don't care how fast it goes. I don't care how slow it goes. I'm not getting on it. I want nothing to do with it. Teacups or otherwise, I don't want to be on that ride. I'm good. Seen too many videos of these people in these carnival rides that get put together by some questionable individuals at times. I don't want to be on that ride. I don't know if this is one of those things, but did you see about the roller coaster in Ecuador where the guy got yeeted off?
He yeeted?
Yeah, he yeeted. It might have been a woman as well. It's hard to tell from the video. Video shows a tourist being thrown from a roller coaster at an amusement park in Ecuador. This person seen flying roughly 13 feet from the ride as it zips across the track, causing the woman serious injuries. Other riders can be heard screaming in horror during the accident in Ecuador.
Is this person living anymore?
Well, there's a picture of her laying on the ground on her back. I don't know if she is alive now, but when this story was broke, she was alive at the time. Stunned amusement park goers rushing to her side, taken to a hospital for urgent treatment. She was not wearing a seatbelt on the mini roller coaster.
Apparently it tore. She was, but it tore.
Yeah. This is, again, why I'm not getting on one of your one up, one down rides. I'm not doing it. Amusement park closed for a day while authorities investigated whether mechanical failures or safety breaches contributed to the incident. We just found out about the thing in the Dells, too, right? Didn't that thing keep getting all disrailed? It keeps coming off the railing, right?
The wooden one?
Yeah. They keep getting reports of this thing derailing.
That's up all the time, though.
I get that, but I think I'm good, maybe. I think I'm good, Gene. Employees said the woman may have fainted during the ride, causing her to lose her balance. Sure.
It sounds like
Let's blame it on the woman. No,
like
it sounds like the seatbelt was malfunctioning and she got yeeted off this thing. And there's video of her getting yeeted. Did you see it?
I did.
No, thank you. I want nothing to do with that. Last but not least, if you're going to steal, you might as well steal something you like. Right, Gene?
What was it? How big was it?
Well,
How expensive was it?
I'm going to count here. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what a handle is, right? Alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The big bottle with the handle.
Yes.
They call it a handle because it's got a handle.
I do know, yes. 6
of those. Tito's. Top shelf, right? The
Yes.
good stuff. We're not talking bottom shelf Mr. Boston. We're talking Tito's handles. And about, 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, maybe 14 pounds of bacon. Just a bunch of vodka and bacon.
Good times. That's
This is
a
in
Sunday.
Roseville, California.
Sunday.
Police arresting a woman they say is responsible for stealing vodka and bacon from 2 separate grocery stores.
Nothing burps better than bacon.
39-year-old Shanae Watkins stole 6 handles of vodka and 14 packages of the good stuff, the thick-cut bacon. Smart on her. Don't get that thin stuff. From a Bel Air store back on June 4th. The employees tried to stop her, but she left with the items in her bag.
Is this for Bloody Marys? Is she making Bloody Marys?
I don't know what is there some sort of bacon vodka thing that I'm unaware of?
No, but she could use the bacon-infused vodka.
She then went to another store where employees recognized her from prior incidents and called the authorities. The police say that she had 6 bottles of Tito's vodka, 5 packages of bacon, 6 reusable bags in her possession. Yeah, she was arrested.
Bacon vodka. She's making bacon vodka. That's the only explanation, isn't it?
But again, if you're going to steal, you might as well steal what you like.
You cut the bacon into slices and then fry it and then cool it and then you shove it down in there and make
She likes the bacon and she likes the vodka, Gene. 6 handles. How long does that last you?
Depends. Is she straight up drinking the bacon vodka or is she making bloodies? Big bloody party, maybe?
Got a bunch of feedback from people today for Hypothetical Thursday. Alan.
Capuchin monkeys live to be 35 to 45 years old in captivity.
That was in response to Office Cora, who went to a birthday party for a 2-year-old Capuchin monkey over the weekend.
If those parents are in their 40s and they got a monkey that could outlive them.
Yeah, it might.
You got to make plans for that.
Brenda texting in saying that Cora is amazing, such a sweetheart. She did ask me to have you stop picking on her.
We're not picking on her.
How long have I known you, Gene? 20 years?
Yes.
20 plus? Have I ever stopped?
No. And I don't think we're picking on Cora. Does she just...
No. I am who I am, and this is who I am. And this is what I do.
And she's just never ceases to amaze.
Got a text from someone who said, how does one get a permit for a monkey? Where do you buy a monkey? So many questions. Well,
they have 2 monkeys.
I'm guessing you have to have permits, not just for... I don't think you can just go down to City Hall. It sounds like you may have... It's probably like a state or a DNR type thing, right? And then I'm guessing there's multiple permits. And I'm guessing you got to buy them from a reputable dealer, right? You can't just get them from some guy on Craigslist.
Oh, you have them for 40 years. You got to be sure of that commitment.
Got a text from Paul who said he spent many times laying under the dash of my car installing AM/FM cassette players and having a case for my cassettes, especially when the auto reverse would go out and got to replace it again. Life of the 80s. Yeah. Kevin texted in and said, motorcycle parts and accessories. Brian, what are you thinking? My 5 items.
Oh,
I pay someone to fix my motor. I'm not out there. I'm not trying to be a grease monkey. I'm out there just...
Yeah, 5 splurgeable items that are worth it.
Doc said one of his would be a once-in-a-lifetime vacation. Dan said boots and shoes. You pay for comfort and longevity.
Yeah, that's a good one. Birkenstocks is on my list. It is.
Why don't you put some pine needles in your...
I like them. They're very good. They get more comfortable the longer you own them. They're great. Favorite shoes.
Bill said, my first car had an 8-track player that I used an adapter to be able to use the cassette adapter to play CDs. This guy was plugging in plugs into plugs into plugs. Right? He had the triple...
into
it's
adapter
like the Game Genie
adapter.
on top of the... Yeah, he had the whole thing there.
What is that?
Thanks again for all the texts and correspondence this morning. Appreciate that. Lots of people weighing in on Office Cora and our hypothetical questions. It's always good to hear from you guys.